Howdy banger fans, Blayne Smith welcoming you to another Overkill Reviews. This time it is the Patrons Pick edition of our weekly metal review show. What does that mean? Well, we have a Patreon campaign where you can give us some bucks to make some contents, and we give you back things like t-shirts, patches, and the ability to pick an album that we missed last month that you want us to review. So, hey, you can do that. Support us. We support you. And hey, if you want to support me directly, I also have a merch store. I got hats, patches, shirts, stickers, you know, the whole shebang. metalcomedy.bigcartel.com. Let's listen to a record that you want to listen to. You guys wanted to listen to this. So this is you. This is you. This is some black metal for you. Yes, it's Spectral Wounds, A Diabolic Thirst. It came out on Profound Lore Records back on April 16th, but you guys were really excited about it, so we're talking about it now, and I'm excited to talk about it too. I'm also excited to talk about, hey, did you notice I got a new microphone from Rode? And I also got this thing that can do this. Oh, yeah, good shit. Thanks again, Rode. Sweet stuff. So yes, we are talking about Spectral Wound, right? Wound? Yeah, there's a lot of spectrals these days. They're all very good, so it's easy to confuse them. This one is a black metal band or something. Anyway, this is a black metal band out of our black metal capital here in Canada, Quebec, Montreal specifically. They released a black metal record in 2015. They released a black metal record in 2018. And now we're on the third black metal record in 2021. But it's now on Profound Lore, which is good for them. That means they're trending upwards. Either you know this band and you know who's in it, or you don't know this band and you won't know who they are even if I tell you. Except maybe Jonah, the vocalist. He was in Ensorceler. You might know them. But this is why I don't like doing bios. It's awkward for small bands, especially because the only anecdote I have about this band would be wildly inappropriate to put in this review. So let's review. What I do like doing with records like this is instead of reading off the back of the band's baseball card, I like to say nice things about their record. And it's easy to do in this case because the record is very good. It starts very good. It ends very good, and that's very good. Why is it very good? Well, it's very good because they do the 3 speeds good. Well, what are the 3 speeds? Well, up first, we've got fast. And we have fast up first because so does the record. And that's always going to be a big thumbs up for me. Technically, the record starts with 5 seconds of, like, I don't know, a fire crackling or rain or some rain on fire. But regardless, once that's done, we get blast beats. Nice. We get cool black metal guitar riffing. Cool. And boy, is it nice when a record sets its first impression with its music instead of 5 minutes of, I don't know, whatever nonsense you came up with. The record also closes strong with Diabolic Imminence, and I'm not getting to be one of those pretentious metal reviewers. The track's called Diabolic Imminence. The thing I really like about it is it almost starts with like a black and roll swagger. Let's toss to a clip and then you can see what I mean. Track goes along well and then builds to a nice cacophony closer. We get, I don't know, maybe 12 seconds more of that fire rain, and that is it. That's it for the non-music on the album as well. I don't hear someone's poetry read by a monk. I don't hear someone auditioning for John Carpenter's touring band. I just get a bunch of black metal, which is what I paid for. Good. What other speeds we got? Well, we've got
slow.
And the band is capable of sustaining that black metal mood while moving slowly as well, which is a tricky feat for black metal bands. You can give me that evil vibe when you're blasting away, but when you bring that pace down, can you sustain a nice evil atmosphere? And they do a good job with this. Take Mausoleal Drift, which has a nice, I guess I want to say drift to it. Good job with the song names. Let's have a listen to that. We got some nice menace going on. We've got a good march to the drums. I love when drums can nail a good march like that. You know what? Good drumming all around, gang. Oh, wait. Okay, and like I said, this is trickier to do. So when you've got the fast down and you've got the slow down, you've set the great foundation for a good black metal record. For our last speed, we've got mid.
It's not fast.
It's not slow.
So no one truly knows what it is. And this is maybe where they don't do all three speeds quite as well as one another. Frigid and Spellbound takes a more mid-tempo, and it's my least favorite track on the album. But what does save the track from being a bad track is Jonah. He's got some Frigid and Spellbounds on it that really sound like a very solid black metal vocalist, which is cool because in the past he's been a little more down on the mix, and it was like, oh, is he down on the mix because, you know, it's a black metal mood, or is he down on the mix because, you know, he's not up to snuff? So now that we've put him under the microscope, we can see he can do it, he can nail it. Great black metal vocalist. Good job, Jonah. So, hey, you guys were right to pick this record. It's a very good record that deserves to be talked about. It deserves the shine, and I support it. But once again, I do need to be the only adult metal reviewer in the room, which seems crazy that I'm the adult here. But, I mean, people kept trying to give that Artillery record a 9. Are you crazy? We're not talking about that. We're talking about this record, which is a melodic black metal record. And the tricky thing about melodic black metal is it falls more in the middle. So it's going to lack the punch of aggressive stuff, and it's going to lack the atmosphere of atmospheric stuff. Huh, they really nailed naming that subgenre, eh? So what does this record do to stand out? Well, it's very good. Which, for a lot of people, hey, that's enough. Buy this record. I won't begrudge you buying it, and I think you should buy it if that sounds like a good record for you. But I have said good a lot. And the reason I've said good a lot is not because my vocabulary is small, although I am a moron. It's because I'm going to need this record to be a little smarter or a lot dumber. I know I go to food references a lot, but it's what works for me. Sorry if I've done this one before. What it feels like is these guys, for their last 2 records, were a sous chef at a French restaurant. And this record, they've opened their own restaurant for the first time, and they're preparing all these classic French dishes, and they're doing a really good job, but they haven't quite figured out a specialty yet. I would think that if you were just wandering around, going into restaurants, and you stumbled into this restaurant, you would leave very happy. Again, like I said, buy this record if that sounds like you. But if you have a particular form of mental illness where you eat at every single French restaurant that comes out every single month, you can see me do that at twitch.tv/metalcomedy on Sundays. It's not going to leave you thinking you wasted your time or money, but it is going to make you a little less likely to come back. I'm starting to sound very conclusion-y, so let's just quickly segue that over there. But at the end of the day, I'm happy, baby. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for us. I'm happy. And I am going to come back every time they add a new menu item because, like I said, the band's trajectory has been great. Every album shows a clear improvement over the last, and that's why I think it's important to support this record because it's good enough on its own to merit it, but I do think that next record could be a real special breakthrough album, you know? And hey, maybe if we all toss them a couple of bucks, they can afford some cover art for the next record. 3 albums in and we're still doing black and white photos. Boom, roasted. Anyways, I'm giving this 3.5 out of 5 skulls, roasting over an open fire. Hey, maybe it's that fire from the start and the end. If that was a fire, I'm still not sure, but it's given me a through line, and that's the professional touch you come to me for. But at the end of the day, we still got shoutouts. What do we got? Well, I mentioned Spectral Black Metal, so we've got Spectral Lore also released an album. It's squiggles. I don't know what that means. If you want to make it easy for me to promote your records, put it not in squiggles. But it came out on 9 Void Hanger, and it's very good and very strange. We also have Ungfells. I don't know what that is either, but it was on Eisenwald when it came out. It's still on Eisenwald, and it's still very good black metal with some great atmosphere. And if that's enough black metal for you, we also have Gargoyle, a new band out of Italy. Hail to the Necrodoom. It's doom, but I put it in the black metal record because it's got great, spooky, nice kind of vintage horror movie atmosphere to it, and I think a black metal fan would really like it, and I've been listening to it a lot over the past little while. So those are 3 great records to go with this record as well. Get them, and, you know, give us a couple bucks. Get metalcomedy.bigcartel.com, our Patreon campaign. Talk to me down below. What's up?